Alright, we're recording. Okay, and we're recording. So, 3, 2, 1. My name is Duckable, and I am the most nitpicky person alive. To the outside world, I'm a less than ordinary Mario speedrunner. But secretly, with the help of my eyes, I help point out problems with switch cases and rant about them on the internet. Every publisher thinks they know how to make a switch case, but when the cases are designed to be uniform, all of them are wrong in their own unique ways. Why is the Ubisoft logo in 3 separate places on 3 separate cases? This is the final video I'm making on the Switch titling problem. In the time between my last video and now, I've compiled a list of problems to go over. But first, I need to try and fix the problems that I've pointed out before. And now I'm going to pull up the email that I sent to the Robisco guys. I can get like the B-roll later, but the actual email is good. Dear Retalaika Games, if I am not mistaken, you are the publisher of the game Robisco Plus on Nintendo Switch. I have a concern about this game that I was wondering if you were aware of. While the game on the eShop is titled correctly, when viewing the game on the... Dear Retalaika Games, if I am not mistaken, you are the publisher of Robisco Plus on Nintendo Switch. I have a concern about the game that I was wondering if you were aware of. While the game on the eShop is titled correctly, when viewing the game on the Switch game library, the game is typoed. It ends up saying Rabsico Plus. Is this intentional or a mistake? Please let me know. Kind regards, Duckable. Sega, you annoy me. Why is it that you make a case that is all caps on one game that has its own logo, and then one game that has an entire... Why is it that you make a game that is all caps on one case, its own logo on another case, and then its own proprietary font on a third case? As a reminder, I'm in the PAL region. Switch cases should look like this. Fuck. This. Switch cases should look like this. They should be center aligned. Switch cases should look like this. A uniform, bold font in lowercase, center aligned. Switch cases should look like this. A lowercase, bold font, center aligned with no rating on the spine. The NTSC cases, American cases, look like this. Thinner font, uppercase, at the top of the sign. NTSC cases, American cases, should look like this. Top aligned, thinner font, in all caps. I don't pick out other cases like the Wii games because they aren't meant to be consistent. Like, why is Wii Party the only... why is Wii Party the only Wii series game to have a trademark next to it? It doesn't matter because Wii cases weren't made entirely to be uniform. However, Switch cases were. Bomberman in the US was recalled and reprinted because it used a font that wasn't like the other NTSC cases. So why are all of these inconsistencies slipping through the gaps? I think this is going well. I hope the audio sounds alright. I think I'm peaking on OBS, but that's fine because I have Audacity going. But I shouldn't just be critical of Sega. While a lot of what Nintendo does is consistent, When it comes to third parties, it's the Wild West. Some of the cases have no ratings, some of the cases have ratings above their logo, and some of the cases have ratings below their logo. There's zero rhyme or reason. And like I mentioned earlier, Ubisoft puts their logo in 3 separate spots in 3 separate cases. And some companies pick and choose when they want to show a rating. There's Sega games that have ratings and Sega games that don't. They choose to omit the rating from Monkey Ball, but keep it on Sonic Forces. Worse than this though is Team 17 with Overcooked. See, Overcooked is interesting because it has 4 separate physical game case releases. There's Overcooked 1, Overcooked 2, Overcooked 1 Plus 2, and Overcooked All You Can Eat. While Overcooked All You Can Eat and Overcooked 2 have their rating displayed, Overcooked 1 doesn't. This is the same series. This is the same series. Hell, it's the same game. Why does it change? I don't actually have any information on what Overcooked 1 plus 2 has, but if anyone knows, I need to know. But you know what really gets to me? The bits that are unnecessarily plastered all over the Switch cases. Balatro is a really cool game, but why do I need to know on the cover that it includes 10 Balatro cards? Why is this not just a marketing sticker that I can get rid of? If I don't like the cards, if I throw them out, the case is never going to change. It's still going to say it's got 10 cards in it. Mario Maker 2 did the same thing with their limited edition run. My case says that I've got a year of Switch Online, and yet there's no code inside, so what's the point? Game cases, be more like Shim. They included art cards, a digital soundtrack, and they didn't advertise anything that I couldn't get rid of. Wait, what's that? Shim uses a proprietary font that's thinner than the regular PAL cases? Never mind, don't be like Shim. Something really nitpicky that I want to point out is the back of the Switch cases. No one really pays attention to legalities, but I do want to make note of how some certain logos make a jump from place to place on the back. Why is the Pokemon logo in a different location on every single Pokemon game? In saying that, on other cases, bits like the supported languages move around as well. What gets to me the most though is Shovel Knight. See, I have a European copy of the case, which is still PAL, but it's not Australian. However, on this PAL case, the little piracy tag on the back of the case has no trademark next. However, on the back of this case, there's no trademark next to Nintendo Switch in the piracy section, and yet there is on every other PAL case that I own. Is this normal? Is the Switch not trademarked in Europe? Hey, Europeans, go and just sell your own Switch. Can I ask a question? Why are games in the same series not aligned with each other? Echoes of Wisdom and Mario Party Jamboree are both misaligned with the other titles in their series. I get it, these are newer games, but that doesn't... I get it, these are newer games, but does that mean that something's changed in the Switch's lifespan that's misaligned them with everything else? And beyond the spine, something else just isn't right with these cases. Let's look at Super Mario Party's back cover, the first one in the series. Okay, so we have online support, amiibo support, and the basic legal things. Now let's look at Jamboree's case. Alright, so it's got the exact same stuff, but what's this? You need basic reading ability. But this has the exact same gameplay. Why was this not on the first case? And no, this is not a new stamp. Super Mario Odyssey had this. Albeit the tab has also changed over time. It used to be its own dot point, and now it's just included in the same little bracket, but why isn't this on Super? Can we talk for a minute about games that aren't for resale? I got my copy of Super Mario Odyssey bundled in with my Nintendo Switch back in 2017. And in doing this, I got a physical game case that says it's not for resale. What confuses me though is, why not? This is the complete package with nothing missing. Nothing's changed here, so why isn't it for resale? Other bundled games like Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, I can sell them freely, even though I got all this other crap with it. Recently, I've been trying to get the Bayonetta games on Switch. I have Bayonetta 2 and 3 right now, but if you just looked at the spines of my games, you'd think I have all three. That's because Bayonetta 2's original release came with a download code for Bayonetta 1, and they decided, in their infinite wisdom, to put Bayonetta 1 on the spine right next to Bayonetta 2. But if it's a download code, why would I ever want that on my spine? I don't have anything physical to show for it. And what's worse, the reversible cover is also for Bayonetta 1. It's a downloadable game. I don't need a case for it. This isn't... I actually think I need to sit down for a second. All of these games, all of these inconsistencies. I just want to play a game. I just want to sit down. All right. Let's look at a game that I haven't played in a while. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe? Yeah, sure. Why not? Wait, why is the Nintendo logo black here? I swear it's not usually black. Wait, why is it grey in this one? And why is it in the bottom left? Why is it white here and in the top right? Oh, no, 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 no. Maybe they're right. This whole time, I've been fighting for Switch cases to be consistent because I thought that's what they were aiming for. But maybe all of these inconsistencies I've pointed out are proving me wrong. Maybe these inconsistencies are just part of the games. Maybe this really isn't a big deal at all. Just buy the game. Alright, we're done. I mean, there's still a lot of B-roll, there's still like the whole breakdown sequence, there's still all the rest, but that's like the main bulk of this script done. Alright.